welcome to episode 2 of Let's Talk Pokemon. I am so glad that I got that first episode out there. It is a relief. I was nervous. I was unsure if I was going to go through with it. And I put it out there, and I have 2 shout-outs that I just need to give. The first one I'm going to mention is a huge shout-out to Dadazard, as he's called on Instagram. He shared my post about my first episode on his Instagram account, on his story, and that was very surprising, and I can't thank him enough for it. So if you're listening to this, Dadazard, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. And the second one that I'm going to mention, a long time supporter, a long time I don't know, fan maybe. He goes on Twitter by the username Maui Masashi. When I started my YouTube channel, this person contacted me very early and just kind of like, supported the stuff that I was doing on YouTube and helped me out a lot. In fact, if you go on my YouTube channel, Spartan Strike 07, my profile icon, the same one I'm using for this podcast, and the banner for my YouTube profile, he created that for me, and I was very humbled by it. I didn't know how to respond to it because I wasn't expecting anyone to really come out and say, hey, you're doing a good job, like keep it up and stuff like that. And he's been he's just been very supportive, and he retweeted my post about my podcast and liked it, and it's the fact that he's still around, and if you're listening to this, man, like we'll get in touch soon, and thank you for everything. I can't thank you enough for it. I appreciate everything you've done. So listeners, it's been kind of a wild ride already so far. This is very nerve-wracking in the sense that I have not done anything media-wise on my own. Usually with podcasts, most of the time you hear, groups of 2, 3, maybe sometimes 4. And the fact that I'm doing this on my own is what's making me nervous about it. But I hope I can provide you guys with enough entertainment and content and, whatever it is that you guys look for in a podcast. I hope to learn from everything that I'm doing and be better at this and continue to grow and learn the kind of the tricks of the trade when it comes to podcasting or YouTube videos in general, because I do kind of want to get back into making videos, but we'll see what happens when we get there. Now, a little bit more about myself, because I never really introduced my name. You can call me Andrew, that is my first name, or you can call me Spartan Strike, which is my username for my YouTube channel and for a lot of my social media accounts. Or you can just call me Spartan. One of those, 3 count. A lot of people just shorten to Spartan. It's just much easier. I guess sounds cooler, I guess. Again, as I mentioned last time, I am a longtime Pokemon fan. I do very much play Pokemon Go and Pokemon Masters very excessively. I always make sure I log in every day and do like the bare minimum stuff, just to get like the usual the field research stuff and Go, or the free scout in Pokemon Masters, and get like the free, kind of free 80 gems that they give you as long as you do like the 5 tasks. And so I do play a lot of Pokemon. I haven't really touched Sword and Shield in a long time, although I do plan on getting back into it. I do want to start kind of getting into the competitive scene a bit more, because it's something I've always wanted to try. I've always wanted to dabble into it, but I just never had like the time nor the, I guess, energy, because I feel like there's a lot of planning that goes on with that. But with Sword and Shield, they made things a lot easier, and so I really want to try to at least make just a team, even if it's a terrible team. I just want to make a team and then just go into some of the online battles with it and just get the experience with it, and then continue to grow from there. So, that is something on my to-do list at some point. I do still collect the cards, as I've mentioned before. And the more I do these episodes, the more I'll express, exactly how much into Pokemon that I carry into, how much has it really taken over my life, especially with my son, who's actually been very obsessed with Pokemon. He's only 3, but he's very obsessed with Pokemon Go. If he has a chance to go on the phone for the few minutes that he gets a chance to, then he'll just catch Pokemon. He likes to watch the anime. He likes to just watch online battles too. Like I'll just put it on Twitch, and he's fascinated with the battles and the Dynamaxing and everything. And it's crazy. I love it. I adore it. So I'm very, very happy that he's into the same things that I am. But I will continue to share more of myself as we venture through our episodes. I guess for right now, I'll just go ahead and get through the news content and share some of my thoughts and opinions. A lot has happened in the last week TCG wise. So if anything, I think what I'm going to do is save all of that information for last. And then I'll go through all the other stuff because there's been a lot of announcements for TCG products and a couple of trademarks, which are kind of interesting to look into, seeing that this is the 25th anniversary. So we know, we assume, right? The expectation for a Pokemon 25th anniversary, 25 is kind of like one of those iconic milestones. Like Pokemon has celebrated their 20th anniversary. They went big on that. But 25, like any company would go big on 25. That's a quarter of a century. So I think there is a lot of high expectations for what we think Pokemon Company is going to do. So anything that the Pokemon Company does, we're kind of looking at it under a microscope for sure. But what we'll do first is talk about some of the new Pokemon Center merchandise. So we'll get into Pokemon Center. If you go to PokemonCenter.com and you click on new releases, you will see, well, the most recent one would be the Alakazam V-Box. So that's a new TCG product that came out today. But what was more interesting is that they released a set of books. Now, what baffles me is that these are not new books. Like, these are books that have been around for at least a few years. So if I read the titles, Pokemon Alola Region Activity Book, Pokemon Size Chart Collection, Kanto to Alola, Pokemon Origami, Fold Your Own Alola Region Pokemon, Pokemon Alola Region Sticker Book, Pokemon Epic Sticker Collection from Kanto to Alola. So if it's all the way up to Alola, then it's safe to say that these were around or were coming out at the same time Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon were out. And I'm just surprised that they decided to just put them out on Pokemon Center. Now, it could be a couple of things, right? It could either be that they got so much of this product in a warehouse or something, and they just want to try to sell it as much as they can. Being that these are books, right? You'd either go to Barnes and Noble, or if you still have a Walden Books in your area, you can go there, or if you have a Target, sometimes they'll carry a couple of these Pokemon books, but maybe people are not really finding them, and so they thought maybe putting them on Pokemon Center, because Pokemon Center has gotten a lot of attention in the past year. So maybe they think they can push these out more if they put it here front and center. Or that could be it, right? If they got a lot of attention, then maybe that is the case, that they can just push this out there much faster and much better on their own website. Seeing that I don't think anyone really goes to Barnes & Noble and checks for Pokemon stuff. Keep in mind, they do have Pokemon cards, but I think a lot of times people tend to forget that. But then they also don't think that Pokemon have books. And they've always done books. Like, they even have, like, hide-and-seek books, the kind of like the Where's Waldo type of books. But, again, you have to, like, actively look for that. So I think putting them on Pokemon Center is a cool idea. The only issue that I have is, I mean, if you shopped around for books for a long time, especially college textbooks, you know that you can find things cheaper on Amazon. And so, I hate to say it, but all of these books are on Amazon, and you can get them for a couple of dollars cheaper. And the only reason I struggle to just put that out there is because, it sounds like I'm just taking away from Pokemon Center. It's like, hey, that's not fair. Pokemon Center is, they're trying to sell their merchandise. Why would you say that? I mean, let's be real. I think if anyone shops anything everywhere, we always price match stuff. So I find it hard to believe that, many of us are not going to a Target and looking to pick up, I don't know, a Keurig machine or just toys in general, and looking it up on Amazon and seeing if it's cheaper on there. These books are cheaper on Amazon by a couple of dollars. I believe the origami one, which is $12.99, you can get it for $10.99. So here's kind of like I would say about this. If you have, if you're comfortable with money, I would say just support Pokemon Center directly. Like, just get it from them, order from them. If you don't mind missing out on a couple dollars, if it's not that big of a deal to you, order from Pokemon Center. But if you are on a budget and you see this and you're like, man, I really want the origami book, but I don't have $13 plus tax, I have like little less than that, go to Amazon and just get it from there. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think anyone should feel guilty about that. I think that's why price matching exists. Yes, Pokemon Center doesn't price match, but in the end, Pokemon Center does get money, right? So even if you're ordering for Amazon, you're still supporting Pokemon Company. So by all means, go for it. Just order it off Amazon if you really want these books. And like I said, if you are comfortable enough with your money and you just don't mind, giving a couple extra dollars to Pokemon, order it from PokemonCenter.com. Plus, it's really cool. I don't know. There's something exciting about getting a shipment from Pokemon Center with that Pikachu tape around it. It's just, I don't know. It's like almost like Christmas every time you order something from there. So there's those books on there, and then there's the only other item that they newly added was the Celebrating Friendship Sliding Celebrations Pokemon pin. It's basically Pikachu and Eevee. Looks like they're either giving each other a high five or saying hi, but it's a celebration pin. Looks like they're celebrating Valentine's Day, because in the background there's a heart, like one of those like candy chocolate heart boxes, and a rose on it, and you can see like the little chocolates inside. So it's pretty cute. It's pretty nice. If you're a pin collector, I suggest you pick that up. And before that, they recently got into activewear, which is very surprising. I didn't want to say strange, because like I think Pokemon has really branched out into a lot of different type of merch in the past year, and it's good. Like, I think these are things that people have been waiting for and been wanting, and they finally are getting around to it. Again, their merchandise store, their PokemonCenter.com has blown up a lot in the past year, and for them to come out with really cool merchandise that that you've always gone to the store and go, man, I wish there was a Pokemon version of this. Like, they've been doing a pretty good job of putting merchandise, like Pokemon scrunchies. Like, I'm pretty sure someone out there wanted Pokemon scrunchies, never could find them in the stores. I don't think they even exist until now that they put them on PokemonCenter.com. So check that out if you want some activewear to go with your New Year's goals of working out and eating healthy. A lot of the stuff does look very, very cool. All right, so that's it for PokemonCenter.com. I'm sure there will be something new next week. They tend to put out stuff frequently. It's always surprising to see what's going to come up next on that website. Now let's get into some Pokemon Sword and Shield news. Nothing really, besides a very recently announced raid event. I think this was back, was it in November or December? It was a little while ago that they did a Skwovet raid event. They brought it back again, and I believe this time now you have a chance of getting not just a shiny Skwovet, but also a shiny Greedent. So right now the promoted raids are Cherubi, Skwovet, shiny Skwovet, Greedent, shiny Greedent, and Shiinotic. Now I am using an Instagram post. I'm looking at it right now. from another podcast. It's super effective. They're a very popular Pokemon podcast, probably the number one Pokemon podcast out there. Been around for a very, very long time. But the host does a lot of very nice, very organized graphics, and he published one out there on Instagram and Twitter for everyone to use. So if you just look up PKMN Cast, you'll see the most recent graphic he produced for this one, and it tells you like the percentage of your chance of finding one and the percentage of the shiny odds and things like that if you're really into that. So check that out if you are looking for some raids in Sword and Shield. Moving on to some mobile news. We'll cover Cafe really quick. Pokemon Cafe has been going through the Galar starters, and they just finished the Score Bunny event and just recently started the Sobble Special Customer event. Now, this information I'm pulling from Cerebi. The next event has begun in Pokemon Cafe Mix. This event is a repeat of the Sobble Special Customer event, allowing you to level up Sobble or recruit it if you have previously not done so. It runs until January 9th. So on the day that you're listening, which I'm hopefully this is coming up on the 8th, you technically have less than a day to get it, which reminds me I probably should log in at some point before midnight tonight, just in case if that's when it changes, to get my chance of getting a Sobble. I've tried Cafe a few more times to get the Score Bunny. I don't know if I like it. Like I've done a few rounds, and there are a couple of rounds where I'm having fun with, and there are a couple of rounds where I'm just like, oh, it's one of these where you have to like destroy the acorns. The marshmallow ones are weird. The ones that are, I think it's marshmallows, like in the jars, but sometimes you have to knock off the lids, and then you have to hit it again to get the marshmallows out, and it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not playing it right. Maybe I don't understand how to utilize the strategies behind it, because I don't want to use my not power-ups, I don't know what they're called in there, but like the special tools or whatever, because I feel like I'm gonna need them later, and I don't like using up things if I don't have to. And so Cafe just gives me anxiety for some reason. Like for some reason I'm just stressed every time I try to tackle a level. I think what motivated me more to play it when I was going through the Score Bunny event was because I got a Squirtle. And if I didn't say it before, Squirtle's my favorite Pokemon. So, of course, when I saw the Squirtle coming up, I was like, oh, I got to keep playing until I get the Squirtle. And yeah, I don't know. I'm going to continue playing it. I don't play it as consistently, nowhere near as consistently as I do Pokemon Go and Pokemon Masters, but I'm still going to continue to give it a chance. I don't hate the game. I don't think it's boring. It's just, I guess I just don't understand it yet enough to be comfortable with it and just to log in every day and just do a usual routine. Like with Pokemon Masters, I have the routine of doing the 5 things to get my 80 gems, and then I'll spend 200 stamina for whatever event's happening, and get some rewards, and then that's it. With Pokemon Go, I do the daily Pokestop, I do the daily catch, I do the daily research. Maybe I'll catch a few Pokemon here and there, and then that's it. Like, unless there's something extra there, I'll continue to play it, but that's all I do every day. Pokemon Cafe, I just don't see a routine for me yet. But, if I get Sobble, hopefully, maybe that'll change my mind. We'll see. That's all that's for Pokemon Cafe. Let's talk about Pokemon Masters. A couple of things have happened. In Pokemon Masters, the Pure Hearts and Rainbow Wings legendary event is now live in Pokemon Masters EX with a repeat run, meaning that this was an event a while back, and so they brought it back again. Also, just making sure you're aware that I am pulling, again, this information from Cerebi. This event runs until January 15th and tells the story of the appearance of Ho-Oh, culminating in getting Silver and Ho-Oh with various item exchanges. So, it's a cool story. Ho-Oh is a pretty cool Pokemon. I've used it a couple of times, but it's just one of those Pokemon that kind of sits there. It's kind of like my plan C in a way, because I do have other sync pairs that I've maxed out, like Blue and Pidgeot, and Rosa and Superior. Obviously, Red and Charizard. I think I'm currently working on Blue and Blastoise, and so there are other sync pairs that I like, but Ho-Oh is one of those ones where when I scroll through, I'm like, oh, I could use this one. Uh, Maybe. Okay, I'll put this in reserve. Still, nevertheless, if you never got a Ho-Oh, now's your chance to get one. You automatically get it when you play the story, and then you have chances of powering it up as you get the tokens and stuff. The other event that is going on is the Electric and Steel type egg event. This event allows players to get eggs of various electric and steel type Pokemon to make sync pairs. You can get the sync pairs of the main character and Pichu, Elekid, Magnemite, and Voltorb with shiny variants of Pichu and Elekid being available. I am iffy about the whole egg thing. I only look to see if I get a shiny Pokemon, and I don't do anything with these Pokemon at all. Even if it's a shiny one, I'm like, cool, shiny, and I look at it for like maybe 10 seconds, and then I just move on to the next screen. And then once my daycare fills up, I just throw out all the ones that are just 1 or 2 skills. I think that's how it's categorized: 1, 2, 3 skills. I throw out all the ones that have less than 3. For some reason in my head, I just think 3 is the ones you want to keep. And eventually, I do just want to create that sync pair, but I feel like I'm using up all of my stamina and my rewards and everything on sync pairs that are obviously are powerful and the ones that I already have, and I don't feel like taking the time to invest in other sync pairs that I'm not familiar with. Plus, I don't think any of those are strong. I don't hear or I don't see a lot of people, saying like, "Oh, your main character and this Pichu is a great sync pair to create, go for it." Like, I don't see people talk about these sync pairs. So I'm not very motivated to do anything with them other than just to hatch the eggs. Like, it doesn't like throw me off my routine, because usually when I do the co-op sync pair training course, I get a few eggs. I'll throw them in, to the daycare. The next day when I do my usual runs to get my stamina, to get my task completed, the eggs will hatch. Then I throw in another couple eggs I'll get from the course, and then so on and so forth. It's just like a rinse and repeat. I just don't really care too much to make sync pairs out of them. I do have like a shiny Lapras. I think I have a shiny Pinsir and a shiny Kangaskhan. I think I have those 3 for sure. Lapras and Kangaskhan for sure. The Pinsir, I don't remember. It's either Pinsir or Scyther. But if you're really into the egg thing, hey, there you go. Electric and Steel. Go for that shiny Pichu and Elekid. Elekid's really cool. I really like Elekid, so I'll be really excited if I get one of those. Other than that, I think for me personally, I'm trying to figure out the master mode of the Champion Stadium, because right now they have the Johto Elite Four in there, and I've taken care of all the types that I needed to get the medal, so I've used all 18 types, and now I've unlocked master mode, but I don't know yet the strategies behind how to, I guess, maximize my earnings, right? Because you're limited to 1,500 per match, because once you, like, each add-on. So let me backtrack a little bit. Master mode is, here's a bunch of extra power-ups for these enemies. Because you're making the enemies stronger, you will get rewards, better rewards, as long as you beat them. But you have to, like, figure out, I guess, the best combination of power-ups to give them, and I guess the best counters, like the best Pokemon sync pairs to counter them. I don't know. It's very confusing, and it's very, like, I don't know what's the word for it. I'm not buying it just yet. Like, I don't feel like I have to do this, and it almost feels like it's not worth it. But maybe I should just look further into it, maybe see if there's other content creators that are making tutorial videos on it, and see if they found workarounds or something, like an easy way to kind of get through it. I've tried it once and I completely failed, so I don't, maybe I'm just not quite ready for it yet. Maybe I just got to power up my guys even more, but we'll see. Pokemon Masters is still a great game. I really do enjoy it. I get that they're very, very greedy when it comes to like scouting for these sync pairs, charging you gems, and they do give you free gems, but sometimes it's like there's so many things going on that I just don't know where to invest my gems, and I just feel like I'm leaving out something that I should be investing in, and this is again, it's just one of those like nerve-wracking things where it's like, should I go for N? Should I go for, these older sync pairs that, I haven't exactly gotten yet, but even though the new one's more powerful, I can just keep investing and keep powering up this one if I get more Ns. Like, it's a lot to take in. But like I said, I still enjoy it. I still think it's a great game. The animation's wonderful. I do like playing Masters. I do like the game overall, and I can't wait for them to continue to improve the game, and see what other sync pairs, what other additions they're going to make for it. Now let's go into Pokemon Go. A couple big things are happening here. Pokemon Go is currently in their Unova celebration. Let me go to Pokemon.com to kind of read you some of the details, although it is going to be over very, very soon. The event is set to end on January 10th at 8 p.m. local time. But if you haven't booted up Pokemon Go in a while, you do have a chance of catching quite a bit of the Unova region Pokemon, also with a chance of getting a shiny Snivy. So a lot of the spawns that are coming up are things like Snivy, Tepig, Oshawott, Herdier, Blitzel, Scraggy, Trubbish, Gothita, Solosis, and Ferocity. Then there are raid Pokemon that are going to feature Tranquill, Excadrill, Dwebble, Amoonguss, and Clink. And as far as hatching and eggs, you're going to find Roggenrola, Petalil, Carablast, Joltik, LGM, Shelmet, and Sewaddle, and Emolga. There's also a 5-star legendary raid of Genesect holding a burn drive going on. And also what they've added along with this celebration is collection challenges. So it'll come up on like the events feature in Pokemon Go, and it'll give you like a list of Pokemon to catch, and then as soon as you catch that Pokemon, it checks it off that list, and then as soon as you get all the ones on the list, you get rewards like candy. There were some berries, I think, and Pokeballs. So it's just like a nice little extra feature, something for collectors to go for. For me, it was kind of fun, although Ferocity was a very annoying one to find. I could not find Ferocity for a few days anywhere in my area. It took me like a trip to the grocery store a couple miles away that finally Ferocity was popping up. There was like 3 or 4 Ferocity. So I was like, oh, okay, finally I got this. But I like it. I like the addition to it, and I hope they continue to do that even when all of these regional tours are done. Because after Unova, they did announce that the Sinnoh event was coming up, and we do have some information about it. So again, coming from Cerebi.net, it will run from January 12th at 10 a.m. local time to January 17th, 8 p.m. local time. This event features increased spawns of Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, Bidoof, Cranidos, Shieldon, Combee, Weasel, Drifloon, Glameow, Purugly, Hippopotas, Scorpy, Snover, and a possible chance of getting a shiny Weasel. In 5k eggs would be Kricketot, Bidoo, Cranidos, Shieldon, Bronzor, Bonsly, Hippopotas, and Croagunk. There will be field research tasks that give Stardust or encounters with Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, Cranidos, Shieldon, or Weasel. Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, Shinx, and Weasel and Gibble are in 1-star raids, which is surprising considering Gibble was such a very hard to get Pokemon. Very sought after too. So to put it in 1-star raids, I'm wondering if the chance of a Gibble appearing in a 1-star raid is very low. Because that almost seems like it's too good to be true. Anyway, in 3-star raids, you're going to find Lopunny, Hippowdon, Toxicroak, and Luminion. And then there will be a collection challenge that gives Stardust, a Magnetic Lure, and 15 Ultra Balls. And they've already announced that, obviously, following this event, you're going to get the Hoenn Celebration event, which will run from January 19th through the 24th. So if you're really into Sinnoh Pokemon, or you're missing out still on some in Pokemon Go, this is definitely the event to take advantage of that and start adding those to your collection. Now, let's go into the Pokemon Go Kanto Tour contest. Again, this information comes from Cerebi. This is probably one of the coolest things that I think Pokemon Go has done. However, I think there's a bit of a catch or something that people are overlooking on this one. But I'm going to go ahead and read the details here. Niantic have revealed a competition to get your player character to appear as a battleable CPU-controlled character in Pokemon Go Tour Kanto event next month, with players being able to complete time research for battling. All players, regardless of if they bought a ticket, can battle these trainers. From now until January 12th, you can send in a Twitter screenshot of your trainer profile alongside 3 Kanto Pokemon that make up your team. The only exclusions are Ditto, Legendary, and Mythical Pokemon. And then you have to include the hashtag Pokemon Go Tour Contest in order to get yourself a chance of appearing on the map for players to battle. Players will be judged based on theme, team composition, and avatar creativity. This is extremely cool. Like, you get an opportunity to be in a Pokemon game. Like, your profile character can be someone that you battle or someone that other people can battle against. And I think it's something that a lot of people have always kind of wanted, like, to just appear. Well, I think any gamer, right, would like the idea of being a character in their own video game that they truly love. So this is really neat. I'm very happy they're doing this. However, I feel like this is almost a ploy to get people to use coins or to buy coins to purchase merchandise, right? The avatar item merchandise. Because even though they've given away some stuff for free, there's a lot of better, maybe not better, but just more interesting, cooler looking clothes and shoes and hats and all that stuff that's behind a paywall. They're behind 100 coins or 50 coins or whatever. And here's the thing with the coins, like, if you play Pokemon Go long enough, those coins also go good for a lot of the in-store items that you need, like the lucky eggs or the raid passes or things like that. And so you have this weird conflict of, do I go for the usual items that I know that I need, or do I go for these clothes for a chance to win an opportunity to be in the game? So I don't know. Like, I'm wondering if that was kind of part of the reasoning. It's like, hey, we're not selling a lot of avatar items, so what can we do to get people to buy avatar items? Let's do a contest that features their character, and they have to come up with the best looking profile ever. And so I think people are going to browse the avatar items and go, okay, I want that. How much does that cost? $1? Okay, let me go ahead and pay $1 and get this hat. Like, I don't know. I think that's kind of maybe 50% of the reasoning for doing this contest. Either way, it doesn't hurt you to try to enter, because, I mean, why not? I think it's kind of also a nice opportunity for anyone to just take a look at their trainer profile and go, okay, hey, how can I didn't realize I've just been wearing these, same avatar items for this whole time. Like, let me change it up. Let me see what I can do with it. Let me put on something that I know that I'm going to like. So it's definitely worth doing for sure. Don't pass it up. And, who knows? Just go in with whatever free avatar items you have, and maybe you have a good chance of being in the running for it. That's it as far as the Pokemon Go news. I'm pretty sure Pokemon Go is not going to slow down anytime soon. They have been just releasing event after event after event, and it's good. I mean, they're having continuous content for players to have something to do every day, and for even casuals who just open the game up for a short amount of time, and just do a couple rounds of catching and raids, there's definitely going to be something for them to do. And there's never a dull moment in Pokemon Go. All right, let's get into the TCG stuff. There are four major headlines that I can bring up, and I think what we'll start with is the more mysterious one. All of this TCG product information comes from PokeBeach, so shout out to them for always being on top of their TCG news reporting game. The headline goes, TCG trademarks for high-class pack and high-class deck filed. Now, trademarks have become more and more of a topic of interest for a lot of people. And I think it started a while back when the trademark of Ultra Shiny came up. The weird thing about it is that people thought Ultra Shiny was a trademark for calling the new shinies in Sword and Shield. Like, it was weird. In Sword and Shield, you have like shinies that have squares that pop up around when they get out of their Pokeballs, but then you have stars that come up, and it's like weird chances to get one in raids or in the wild. And so people thought, oh, if you got this one, it's an Ultra Shiny, when really the trademark Ultra Shiny was supposed to be for the Hidden Fates set. I forget what they called it in Japan, but for us here in the US, it was Hidden Fates, and that was the initial purpose for the trademark. Usually the trademarks are for their TCG products. I think the only other trademarks that we have seen have been like the mascots of their Pokemon centers in Japan. But with trademarks in general, people have been more interested in them because of that Ultra Shiny thing. So let me go ahead and read what PokeBeach has written here. 2 new trademarks have been filed for the Pokemon TCG High Class Pack and High Class Deck. High Class Pack precedes the titles of special sets like Tag All-Stars or GX Ultra Shiny, the latter of which become our Hidden Fates. It's been used many times in the past. High Class Deck hasn't really been used before. We're not sure if these will be specific sets, products, or if it's simply a way for Pokemon to trademark its product terminology. Usually trademarks are discovered 5 to 6 months before they're used on products. This means we would see products with these titles around summertime. There will be a special 25th anniversary set in America this fall, so these trademarks could have something to do with it. I think it's also interesting they use the term high class, so it makes it sound a little bit more luxurious, makes it sound more special. So maybe this is something that's related to our special 25th anniversary set, who knows? But again, it's just another topic of interest. People like to speculate on things like this, and it's kind of cool to know that, I don't know, it seems like maybe it is going to there is going to be like special booster packs that come out for this set, and then special maybe themed decks that come out with this set. So I'll be very interested to see what comes out of that trademark. Beyond that, we do get some information about some new collection boxes and a new lunchbox. I'll do the lunchbox one first. It's not really a lunchbox. For those of you that follow me or have watched me on YouTube, you know that I call the collector's chest, as they are originally called, I call them lunchboxes. Spring 2021 Collector's Chest tin revealed features 2 Battle Styles promos. So this tin will come with 2 foil promo cards of Single Strike Tapeg and Rapid Strike Shinx. It will also come with 5 booster packs, 2 coins, 4 sticker sheets, a mini portfolio to store cards, a notepad, and a PTCGO card. It will release on March 19th for $24.99. It's just one of those cool tin sets that you get extra merchandise for. The stickers are cool. The notepad is pretty cool. What's a little disappointing for me personally is that they don't come with pencils anymore. I think since the last collector's tin, they removed the pencils, and I don't know, it's just kind of sad because I've always liked the pencils and I always keep them just in case I just wanted to use a standard pencil to write with. It goes great with the notepad, which they also package it with. So it's a little, I don't know, it's a shame that they decided to take that out. Like, I'm curious as to why they would, right? Like, I don't know if it really costs them that much money to produce it. I don't feel like they're losing out on it, right? If the person is buying a $25 tin set and this all comes with it and it equals that amount or is a little less than that, I feel like they're not missing out on anything. So I'm curious as to what caused them to make the decision of, hey, we're not going to put pencils in these anymore. Nevertheless, I will try to pick one up and check it out and see, because I haven't gotten a collector's tin in quite a while. I think the last one I got was it a Sun and Moon one? Yeah, I think it was the Pikachu and Eevee. Oh man, it has been a long time, so I definitely got to get one. Along with the Single Strike and Rapid Strike stuff, we do get Single Strike and Rapid Strike Urshifu V-Box revealed for March. A new Single Strike Urshifu V-Box and Rapid Strike Urshifu V-Box have been revealed. These boxes come with holo promos of Single Strike Urshifu V or Rapid Strike Urshifu V as a regular size and jumbo size card. They originate from Japan's premium trainer boxes, and they also come with 2 copies of either Single Strike Energy or Rapid Strike Energy from Battle Styles, which were previously revealed in Japanese. They will be exact reprints from our English set, and they will also include 4 booster packs and a PTCGO card. The boxes will also release on March 19th for $19.99 each. These are very cool boxes. If you go on PokeBeach and look up the product image for this, they come really nicely packaged and definitely in the color scheme as well. And it's interesting that we get the energy cards with them. It's very reminiscent, or at least reminds me of like when EX used to do the Spirit Links with the Mega Pokemon. This one you get the Urshifu with the corresponding energy card. The Single Strike energy card is specific to fighting and dark Pokemon, and it adds 20 more damage. The Rapid Strike energy is for water and fighting Pokemon. And instead of adding more damage, it actually provides double the energy. So, very interesting. I mean, it makes sense. We do know that the Rapid Strike is supposed to be the more tactical one, and the Single Strike is supposed to be the one that hits the higher numbers. The packaging looks really nice. I like the blue for the Rapid Strike. I like the red for the Single Strike. These are very cool boxes. I'm also a little surprised that it comes with 2 energy. Like, I don't think we've ever gotten 2 of the same card. Now again, these are energy cards. Like, they probably are not like highly valued or anything like that. So Pokemon Company just probably thought, hey, it's not a big deal if we add 2 copies of this card. Very cool boxes. Definitely would like to pick one of each up if I can, assuming people are not still going crazy for Pokemon cards and actually leaving some on the shelves for others to pick up. But the one box that I need to get, here's a new product that I'm very excited for. Venusaur and Blastoise VMAX Battle Boxes in March. Each box comes with either Venusaur VMAX or Blastoise VMAX as both a promo card and jumbo card. Each box also comes with 65 card sleeves featuring one of the 2 Pokemon, 4 booster packs, and a PTCGO code card. This is the first time a box like this has come with card sleeves. Each box will retail for $24.99, and yes, it does release on March 19th. Man, Pokemon Company is really looking to take our money in March. This is exciting because I love Squirtle. I love the entire evolutionary line. Gigantamax Blastoise is an amazing design, even though a lot of people just think all they did was add a bunch of cannons on it and that's it. Yeah, I think in hindsight maybe it is a little lackluster, but I'm very biased. I love anything that has to do with Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise, and I am all for this box. And the fact that it comes with sleeves is even cooler. I don't even know if I'm going to reuse the sleeves, maybe, but now that I think about it, I have a binder that's many of the pages are full of Wartortle, Squirtle, Blastoise cards from various sets. So I might just swap out the sleeves and use these Blastoise ones, and yeah, that way it's like all themed and everything. That's making me think now. But it's a very cool box. The Venusaur one looks really cool as well. So for Venusaur fans, you definitely want to jump on board with this one. I'm very excited about it. again, comes out in March. I think of any product on March 19th, I definitely want to make sure that I lock down this one. This is going to be my number one sought after product for that day. And that is it for TCG stuff. I'm pretty sure more will come out. I know we are getting close to some new cards leaking out. I think at the time of recording this, there are some more V cards that have been released from Japan's S5 set. That is going to be what makes up our Battle Styles set, if I'm not mistaken. But if you want to take a look at those, you can go to pokebeach.com. Looks like they have a Tapu Koko V and a Victini V, amongst a couple other ones as well. So check that out if you so desire. And that's it for right now as far as the news goes. Again, Pokemon 25th anniversary, we will definitely get more and more probably each week as time goes on. More events coming up in all the games. And it's going to be extremely busy for Pokemon fans throughout the year. Well, at the risk of not knowing how long this episode is going to be, because that's something I do got to teach myself, and is keeping track of how long is my recording, how long is it actually going to be after all the editing. I'm going to leave it at this point. Again, I appreciate any and all of you that are listening as I kind of continue to grow and learn in this podcasting business. But I do want to end with kind of like a trivia thing, right? Isn't that what a podcast does? Like there's always like a trivia thing at the end. I know the It's Super Effective podcast does like a Pokemon of the Week. I know that there are like movie podcasts that do like trivia and stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to do something similar. What I'm going to do is randomly select a number. So using a random number generator, I'm going to look up the Pokemon associated with that number, and I'm going to read off a Pokedex entry for this Pokemon. And I want you listeners to take a guess as to who this Pokemon could be. Now, I'm not going to reveal the answer until next week's episode. So I'll just read it to you, and then I want you to try to guess what the Pokemon is without looking up the information, without looking up the Pokedex entry. If you played Pokemon long enough, maybe you'll get it right off the bat. If you're new to Pokemon, you'll be completely strange to it. But maybe use the clues and hints in the Pokedex entry itself, and see if you can logically come to the conclusion. Seeing that there are multiple Pokedex entries for multiple Pokemon, I will not narrow down where the Pokedex entry comes from. I will say that when I say the Pokemon's name in the next episode. But for right now, all I will tell you is what the Pokedex entry says. So here we go. The very first Pokedex trivia. I'm sure there's got to be a catchy name for this. I'll figure it out later. But the Pokedex entry goes: it stays asleep from the moment it's born. When it falls into a deep sleep, it stops moving altogether. I know some of you are probably thinking, okay, which Pokemon sleep a lot? Does it have to do with sleeping? There's a good number of them, but try to take a guess as to who it is. And if you want to, you can wait till next week's episode to find out, or you can try to look up the answer yourself. I may change the way this goes. I may just read the Pokedex entry, do like some sort of little jingle, and then tell you what the answer is. We'll see. If you guys want to provide any feedback for that, I'm all for it. But I kind of like this whole Pokedex trivia idea. All right, well, that's the end of this episode. Thank you, everyone, for listening. If you want to follow me on any social media platform, you can find me at SpartanStrike07. My YouTube channel is SpartanStrike07, as well as my Twitter and Instagram account. Those are the only accounts that I have. I don't do TikTok or Snapchat. I just don't know how to properly use them, I guess. Maybe at some point I'll get into it, but as of right now, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube are my only go-tos at this moment. And please feel free to leave a comment or message me any sort of feedback or ideas that you think I could do as part of this show, as part of this podcast. I am open to any and all ideas. And again, I appreciate every single one of you listening, every single one of you that chooses to follow this podcast and chooses to follow me on social media. I'm very excited to continue to grow in this community, and hopefully there won't be like a long pause or a stop like I did with my YouTube channel. Hopefully I will continue to consistently upload these episodes on a weekly basis. So with that being said, thank you everybody, and I can't wait till next week for us to continue to talk Pokemon.